I believe the qualities and attributes that I have to offer the fire service are my ability to work as a member of a team and my maturity. Uh, an example of my teamwork experience was during my military career. I was fortunate enough to earn the opportunity of primary lead of a three-man team to represent our battalion in a four-day competition called the Warfighter Competition. The competition would test basic soldiering skills, our ability to operate effectively as a team, and more occupational specific skills. During this competition, I learned a lot about humility. I learned a lot about putting my ego aside for the better of the team. And I learned a lot about uh, understanding the strengths of myself, weaknesses of myself, as well as the strengths of my team. An example of this is uh, along the first day of competition, we are tested with the challenge of shooting. The first portion of the test was an individual test where we'd be zeroing our rifles to ourselves, followed by an intermission, and then to a more teamwork driven dynamic challenge where we'd be shooting moving targets and shooting, moving, communicating as a team. So, first portion of the test, zeroing our rifles. I have a terrible day shooting. I don't know what happened. But I could not shoot that day, at least up to the standard that we had set prior in our training. It was awful. And when you're a primary lead and a soldier and you have a hard time shooting, it's not a good look. And yeah, so during the intermission, I knew I had to be accountable. I had to own my mistakes. I talked to my team. I set my team down. I owned the fact that I wasn't living up to the standard that we had set for ourselves. I put my ego aside because I knew that one of the team members on our team was a sniper SWAT team member for the post we were representing. And even though I was in the positional lead of the team, I knew that his experience and his competency with tactic and shooting would make him a better fit for this challenge. And because of this decision and because of putting him over myself, our team was able to succeed in this challenge, and we were all able to perform much better. During this experience, I learned a lot about leaning on each other, being someone that my team members can lean on me when they're down, how to operate under very stressful situations. We were in last place at the end of day one, but we remained positive. We stayed in the fight, and by the end of the four-day competition, we had earned a top 10 finish amongst 45 teams. I believe this experience will definitely help me in the fire service, where I'm going to be challenged. I'm going to need to know my strengths and weaknesses, and I'm going to need to put my ego aside to learn the lessons from the seasoned firefighters ahead of me, as well as being someone that's dependable and reliable for the crew members that I'll be assigned with. I also believe my maturity is something that definitely will help me represent this department and something that I have to give back to the fire service. I've been through a lot. I've seen a lot. I've done a lot. I've made a ton of mistakes and I was able to learn from those mistakes. I have the ability to remain calm under very stressful situations and to have a positive outlook when things are very, not good. An example of this in my own personal life was when my wife was we first found out my wife was pregnant with our son. I was extremely happy. I was ecstatic. I couldn't wait to tell everyone. I got on the phone to call my mom and let her know the good news. As I pick up my phone, I see that she's calling me. I was shocked. I couldn't believe that she'd found out somehow. I don't know how she did it. Pick up the phone. She tells me some different news. And the news that she was telling me is that she had just been diagnosed with breast cancer. And I was floored. I'm very close to my mother, and I was going through this weird dichotomy of emotions. I was extremely happy and excited to be a father, and excited for my wife and I to be going through this experience together, and at the same time extremely sad over the uncertainty of my mother's condition. But I knew that I had to remain calm. I knew I had to remain positive. I had to be a positive I had to have a positive outlook for the both of them. I had to be strong for the both of them. And I was able to make every one of my wife's OBGYN appointments, and at the same time be there for my mom while she was going through numerous different surgeries, and be there with her as she was going through chemotherapy. And I believe that this positive outlook, this commitment to the people that are supporting me, helped in the situation. My wife gave birth to our son, who's now 4 years old, and my mom has been in remission from breast cancer and is a proud breast cancer survivor. And these experiences have helped forge me. They've made me more mature. They made me more responsible. They've given me the ability to really set priorities and be there for, you know, for people and become very selfless. And these are qualities and attributes that I have that I know will benefit the fire service. And I truly believe that at the age of 32, because of all these experiences and my maturity, that at the age of 32, I'm a much better candidate than I ever would have been at 18. And because of these attributes, I believe I'll be a great firefighter recruit, and I'll be able to represent the fire service and this department with distinction and honor.